Oh, I thought you were going to join in there.
Oh.
Hold on, take two. All right, cool. That works. Yeah, sure. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, geez, this is tough. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Black and Blue Pod. I'm your host, Matt McLaughlin, alongside Liam Higgins, of course. Sixers, that's just where we're going. We're just going right off the rip.
Yep.
Losing in the third quarter, down double digits as we're taping this. So, what the fuck is going on? Like, what do we do?
Like,
Are we at nuclear? Are we at, like, nuclear? Like, that's where I'm at.
I mean, like, I expected this with Embiid being out and everything, but the fact that James Harden is just not playing up to expectations.
Doing nothing?
Yeah.
Just doing jack shit?
Like, and I don't want to say, like, I like, called this, but, I mean, everyone knows he's not a great playoff performer anyways, but...
So, like...
I just, like... I never liked this trade, man. Like, I just never was on board.
No. Hold on. I like the trade. In theory, it's a good trade.
Yeah.
First of all, the Sixers already won this trade because Harden's actually on the fucking floor.
That's true.
In the first place compared to Ben Simmons, who's out for another 3 to 4 weeks with back
I don't know.
surgery.
I just wish I heard all the other options. Like, I wish we got a younger player or something.
So, I mean, what were the other options? Tyrese Halliburton, De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield.
Yeah.
CJ McCollum's looking. That would have been
good. Yeah.
But, like, at the same time, what are you going to give up? Probably Tyrese Maxey. Matisse Thybulle, I think, is either going to turn into... He could be either Paul George or Tony Allen. And, like, respect to Tony Allen.
Yeah.
But Tony Allen was not a very good offensive player. And I'm watching the game tonight, and there are so many sets where he's just in the corner, not doing anything on offense.
No.
And then on defense, Tyler Hero will give him 2 pump fakes, and he'll just go flying by as Tyler Hero makes another fucking layup. Or no, that was the Sixers layup. Okay.
It's Tyrese. Yeah.
And Tyrese is like a guy like... I love Tyrese, so this isn't necessarily a shot. This has been a bring back down to earth series where you remember he's a third-year player and he doesn't have the maturity level right now to... step up and be like a second option at the moment. Mm-hmm. So, do you, like, if the Sixers lose this series, do you give James Harden the offer the Supermax?
No. I think, to be honest with you, I don't think he stays here long term. Like, I really do think that, like, what was that thing with Daryl Morey where he didn't sign, like...
Oh, was that this, like, first time in Houston, or was that... that's
I'm
a good point.
There was something with his contract that Daryl Morey missed. He missed, like, a deadline in his contract.
Yeah.
And that doesn't give, like, Harden the option of leaving in the offseason or something. I think that's going to come back to bite him. But
I wouldn't be surprised. And I wouldn't be surprised if he, like, turns into a Ben Simmons type crybaby where he's like, how could the fans turn on me? They love me. It's like, dude, when you play like dog shit, we're going to turn on you.
Yeah, he loves to complain, too.
That's just the reality of it. And I'd like, going down 2-0 isn't the worst thing in the world.
Especially when Embiid comes back for the game 3, if he does.
If he does, which is I think it's a big if. Yeah. But, like, did you see the rumors that NBA execs are coming to game 3 to give him the MVP trophy? Yeah. I think he's going to come back with an even bigger chip on his shoulder, and he's watching this game. Like, coming out of halftime, the best options offensively that we had were a Tobias Harris post up for like 3 straight possessions, but you can't do that all the time. No. And if I see another Danny Green step back corner motherfucking 3, I'm gonna break my laptop in half. He does the double clutch, or he'll do like he's the dude at every LA Fitness that thinks he can still hoop, and he's like, no, dude, just pass the ball. Just pass the ball. Like, I go to the IM building, and I see these dudes just jacking up threes.
I don't know, man. I think we give Danny Green a bad rap. I mean...
He's so streaky, though.
He only does what, like, he does what he can do, man. Like, he doesn't do anything, like out of his bag, you know what I mean? Like, he just...
But what's his bag?
Like,
that's my question.
Just corner threes.
Exactly. That's my point, is he's very limited.
That's true, but, I mean...
Like,
yeah.
Like, why is Dwayne Dedman getting and ones? Can someone explain that to me?
Because Joel Embiid's hurt. I don't know.
That's a good point. Like, I mean, and it's the classic Sixers.
Paul Reed's also like 30 pounds underweight.
That's all right. You make a good point. You may have a good point there. But like,
he's not a 5 too. I just want to say that. I think he's
Paul Reed should not be starting at the 5. I'm totally in agreement with you there.
No.
But this is what the Sixers have to work with.
That's what we got.
And then it's like, oh my God, how do we get ourselves in this position?
Yeah. I think Andre Drummond would have helped in this series.
Andre Drummond would have helped so much more than fucking DeAndre Jordan, that piece of
Although
shit.
he caught a few lobs in the first half, I was like, damn, he still got ups.
He can go down into the
ups.
paint.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't mind if he actually developed an offensive game and, like, just bodied down low. Tyrese hit a 3. Okay. This is my biggest concern is that we just tape this podcast and then the Sixers come back and all we say means fucking nothing. And then they come back to Philly 1-1. So, let's assume 1-1.
Okay.
Joel Embiid comes back.
Yeah.
Do the Sixers win both games, split, get swept at home?
There's a good shot we win both. I mean, like, we've seen from Embiid, he doesn't really need, like, a lot of time to, like, recover from injuries. Like, he can pretty much come back and score 30 in his sleep. Like,
I can't believe he did so well in that Toronto series with a torn ligament.
Oh, my God. Yeah, exactly. Like, he's just, like, bionic. Like, he's not, like, human.
No, it makes no sense. And, like, I think the biggest concern is how can he sustain dealing with that orbital fracture with the mask and all that type of shit.
So is he going to bring the mask back?
Oh, yes, dude.
Baby, I love that.
Phantom of the process.
Baby, let's
Phantom
go.
of the process.
Oh, that's going to be hype, yeah.
But it's still a big if. Like, I think game three will be insane because Jimmy Butler comes back to Philly for the first time in the playoffs, at least. And the fans know that we got to get our boys back into this thing. Tyrese is much more comfortable at home. Matisse is much more comfortable at home, which sucks because this is like one series where Embiid goes down and you have to win a game on the road, and this team just feels like they can't do it right now at this moment. And like there's just like bricking threes. There's no offensive. There's no offensive creativity. Like if you look at Milwaukee and Boston, right?
Yeah.
Like those two teams move the ball around. They space the floor. They move the ball around, and we don't have our Marcus Smart.
No.
Like Joel Embiid's our Marcus Smart, but he shouldn't have to be that because like we don't have that spark plug that's going to get down and dirty. Like that could be Paul Reed, but I don't think that will be. I think he's like too like collected and calm. Yeah. I thought that could possibly be Matisse, but Matisse just looks shot mentally.
Like, I don't know. Every time he gets the ball, it looks like deer in headlights. He just doesn't want to.
Exactly, and he doesn't know where he fits on the floor.
Yeah. And
he's trying to mesh with Harden so much that it almost just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And this is the classic game where like the Sixers will stay within like 15, 13, 11, and the Heat just don't give up that lead unless Tyrese starts catching fire.
Like, I know we were talking about this before, but the Heat have just so much depth. It's ridiculous. Like they
Tyler
got Tyler Hero coming off the bench, Victor Oladipo coming off the bench. Who do we got? Korkmaz? Like, that's it.
Yeah, Korkmaz, Shake Milton.
And has he even played a minute in this game? I haven't seen him in there
He
at all.
ran to the bench to get checked in, and then I think Doc pulled him back.
Oh, my God.
And Doc's been pissing me off.
Brutal.
Like, I try and defend the players or coaches that like talk their shit. Like the press conference clip where it was like Doc was like, check those Clippers years, check those Orlando years, like tell the full story. Yeah. And I was on board with that. Yeah. And then he was like, I'm starting DeAndre Jordan no matter what. And I was like, Doc, you had me. What
about Bassie? You think he's just too young? He doesn't trust him?
If we throw out Bassie on the floor, that's when I know we've lost this series and we've given up all fucking
I don't know. Like, we might have to at this point. I don't know.
What are we...
If Embiid's not coming back for Game 3, we might have to.
Trust me, I would love to see a Tobias Herculean effort where he puts up 35, 10, and Harden looks like he's not interested in creating offense for others, which is exactly what they fucking need.
Right there.
Like, literally, he looks lost. He looks lost. I gotta find a screenshot and put that into the video post-production.
Yes, you do.
He's like, what did I just do? I left Brooklyn. Why did I do that? And he's already plotting his exit out of Philly, probably. But again, he could totally erase that if he puts up like 27 and 10
Yeah, just 25.
Philly.
Like, that's all you need. Like, and what does he got now?
Probably double check that. Maxey is 24 and he has 13 this quarter, which is nuts. But they can't play any fucking defense. Yeah. Which defense wins championships in my mind. Sorry, but like
I feel like nobody brought up the fact that like when he played for Brooklyn,
James Harden at this moment with roughly 15 seconds to go in the third quarter, has 18 points on 6 of 12 shooting, 1 for 4 from 3,
Not
3 rebounds, 7 assists. How many turnovers does he have?
Yeah, there you go.
3 turnovers to go along
Also not
with
terrible.
7 assists. Not bad, but like they need him to be what Chris Paul is to Phoenix right now, and
Exactly.
it's like, oh, never ends. It never ends. And like, if you fire Doc, what coach are you gonna hire?
Everyone's high on Sam Cassell, right?
Yeah, Sam Cassell's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Mike Woodson, like from Golden State.
Ooh.
No.
Wait, Mike Woodson, who coaches Indiana right now?
Oh, yeah, I forgot to bounce to Indiana. You know what? That's my bad. My bad.
Jay Wright?
No, I don't want Jay Wright. Jay Wright wouldn't. I hope like everything's okay with Jay Wright. Danny Green's. Oh, I thought he was going to hit that. I thought he was going to hit that three.
Playing during the podcast.
Yeah, like
Great.
for real, like, because this could change at any
Literally,
fucking
we just
moment.
keep looking.
And I texted you, I was like, this game's over
yeah.
at halftime.
Yeah.
Because I just don't think that like Harden's too busy on like making his case to the refs like he's a fucking senator.
Oh, I know.
And then
Just arms are flailing.
yeah, it's like, bro, get back on defense.
Literally.
Get back on defense.
I know.
And then let's assume the Sixers somehow, some way make it out of the East. Phoenix, Memphis, Golden State, and who's Phoenix playing in that series? Why did I just blank on who the fuck Phoenix is playing? Oh, I just hit myself in the eye. Who's Phoenix playing? Why are we blanking on this? Look it up.
Not
bro.
the Grizzlies?
No, Grizzlies are playing the Warriors. Oh, Dallas. I don't know how I forgot about
Dallas.
that. Yeah, because Luka popped off for like 45.
Oh, that's right.
They play game 2 tonight after the Sixers,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. 9:30.
Dallas,
Or 10.
I would only rank the Sixers above Dallas at the moment
Yeah.
in the like current playoff field.
Yeah.
Like I think Phoenix is just top of the mountain. Then you have Boston, and then
Boston's surprising me, dude. Like I never thought they were gonna be this good. I always
see.
thought.
I thought they could because
Really?
they have all that talent. Like they have a lot of talent.
I know they do, but I've always felt that Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown weren't going to be enough. Like I always thought.
Really?
I thought that people were going to be able to match them, and it doesn't look like they can.
Yeah, I mean, well, and Jaylen Brown's dealing with like a hamstring injury, I think, which is
Oh, really?
which
Okay.
could come back later in that
Derek
series.
White's been huge for them too.
Yeah, and they've taken pride in defense.
And what's his name? Robert Williams is back too. So they're
and
like
that ridiculous
right now.
bloated contract that Al Horford got from the Sixers.
Did you see?
We're gonna look back 10 years from now and look in text. Oh, not even textbooks. Look on the internet and be like, Al Horford in a Sixers uniform.
Did you see like the graphic? I don't know if this was like last game, but they didn't let him play because like he was old. Like, that was the reason. Like,
Really?
They had all the injury report. It was like hamstring, elbow, then Al Horford, old.
Oh, nice. Dude, Al
Saw that
Horford, though,
somewhere.
most Boston name of all time. Al Horford.
Al Horford.
Al
In the garden.
Horford. Al Horford in the garden, down low on the block, real quick. Gets the pass from Bron. Jesus, but yeah, I mean, how do we think the series turns out for the Sixers? 6, 7? You got to force it.
Yeah.
Probably 6.
I'm gonna go 7 to be honest. Like it depends on when Embiid comes back. If he comes back for Game 3, maybe 6. But I don't know.
Because you're like, not you, but like general.
Yeah.
If Embiid comes back,
Yeah.
if you're the Sixers, you're basically betting to win 4 out of 5 against Miami.
Yeah.
Which I think Embiid completely changes the equation because Bam Adebayo now has an entire 270-pound man that he has to guard compared to that stretches him out to the perimeter compared
Paul
to
Reed.
DeAndre Jordan, who's just a glorified alley-oop dummy at this point.
Yeah.
And
Brick wall.
so it really, I mean, it really depends. But all right, let's take a break. Because I got at least wear a sweatshirt or something. This keeps falling. And it's bad.
Quick wardrobe
Yeah,
change.
cool. Wardrobe change. Wardrobe change now.
Oh my god.
All right, that should work. Yeah.
Oh, he missed the dunk.
Did he miss it?
He just threw it off the back of the rim.
Of course.
Your boy Danny.
Oh.
I think.
What, was he trying to go for another dunk to
Yeah.
somehow spark the
Yeah.
bench? Get the fuck out of here! Like
that was pretty insane though. When I saw that, I was like, whoa.
That dunk was crazy, but it shouldn't take a Danny Green dunk for like the bench to get. Like,
no, I agree.
That's just so many. There's so many mistakes that I feel like we just did what all Philly fans did. Just
trade the whole team. I don't care. Fresh start.
Yeah, blow it up.
Blow it the hell up.
Like a Looney Tunes cartoon. Just pull the lever. Just keep Tyrese. Keep Tyrese and Joel.
Yeah.
And Joel's going to go through 2 processes in 10 years. He's definitely going to. That would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
That would be nuts. All right. Wardrobe change also. Yeah. Let's talk Eagles, talk Birds, get our minds off of this pathetic fucking basketball
At least
team.
for the next 10 minutes.
So, how he works his magic.
I still can't believe it, man. I was so hyped when I saw that.
Draft night, the Eagles come out with Jordan Davis, A.J. Brown, Cam, Jurgens, who's gonna be supposedly Jason Kelce's replacement.
Yeah.
Nakobe Dean, and there was like a tight end and another defensive end.
Kyron Johnson, linebacker from Kansas, and then Grant Calcaterra, tight end from SMU.
Never heard of them. Yeah. Sorry, I'm sure you guys are great guys, but never heard of them.
Sorry for the SMU fans out there.
Yeah, sorry Mustangs. But I'm not gonna lie, I was losing my mind in a bad way when they picked Jurgens first.
Okay.
When they picked Jurgens, I was like, this was the perfect encapsulation of what it's like to be an Eagles fan. Is draft night with Howie Roseman. Is a guy falls to you that you're really expecting to get, and then they just pick some fucking center out of Nebraska.
So who did you want there?
No offense to Cam, I wanted Nakobe Dean.
Okay.
I was like,
gonna say.
Nakobe Dean. You draft a fucking linebacker.
Yeah.
He was the best defender on a national championship team that played in the SEC. Like, how do you not draft this guy?
Yeah.
And it felt like another case of like, oh, Howie Roseman overthinks this again and takes some like whatever. I respect to Cam Jurgens, like, hey, if you want to come on the podcast, feel free. But it's like, when Nakobe Dean was sitting right there, I thought that was going to be it. Nakobe Dean was going to be taken. And I take that back. Howie Roseman figured it out. 32 picks later. I don't know how.
I don't get it either.
And I think he said this, it was on WIP, 94 WIP. He said, like, a guy like Nakobe Dean, when he keeps falling, teams are like, okay, do they know something that we don't know? And then they kind of skip on him just out of fear. And that's where I give Howie Roseman a lot of credit, is like feeling out the draft and feeling who are teams going to take and who are teams not going to take. And also, credit to him for taking advantage of the Titans and getting A.J. Brown.
God.
Like, when's the last time we traded for a young receiver in his prime, pretty much, that's basically been healthy? I know he missed 3-4 games last year, missed a couple of games here or there of his first 2 years, but like, he's 2 out of 3 1,000-yard seasons. You give him those 4 years, he's shattering 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
Pair that with Devontae Smith, and it's like, holy fuck! Like, we have a high-powered offense, possibly. Like, I don't know. Like, what did you think was like? Because there was a lot coming out of this draft. There was like, Eagles finally get a linebacker.
Yeah.
Jordan Davis is an athletic freak. How is he going to fit into the defensive rotation?
Yeah.
And then A.J. Brown. Like, what do you think was the most important takeaway out of draft night?
That I thought our biggest need going into the draft was going to be to find a defensive back. Right?
Yeah.
And I know that you weren't high on Kyle Hamilton because I talked to you earlier in that day.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not. Sorry,
But I was. And I remember like sitting there, getting ready for the pick, and I was on Instagram, and I saw like the Eagles select Jordan Davis, and I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of pissed off at first.
A lot of people were.
I was like, I don't know how I feel. Like, he was a good, obviously he had a great, year at Georgia, and he's an absolute freak of an athlete. But I thought they were gonna go with a guy like Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah.
He ended up going a pick later, but looking back on it, it might have just been like, the fact that we got A.J. Brown 30 minutes later.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm
not as opposed to it as I was in the beginning.
So, I think with the Jordan Davis situation, like, he's not. People are gonna look at his college stats and be like, this guy only had 2 sacks, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And be like, why the fuck would we take this dude when Kyle Hamilton was right there? Like, I just personally don't think if you draft Kyle Hamilton, I don't think he makes that much of an impact immediately whereas Jordan Davis not only gets to learn from Fletcher Cox and Javon Hargrave in the long run, but in the short run, he's going to rotate with those guys. He's going to stay fresh.
And I think I would have liked it more if we ended up not re-signing Fletcher Cox, because that would have been like his replacement. But in a way, I'm just kind of like.
But I think it is smart though, because like I don't think you can throw in Davis like right away and just be like, hey, go after.
I guess
like that first game against Washington is going to be crazy because like Carson Wentz and everything like that. And I think it's like the Giants' offensive line, it's not stellar, but it's gotten better slowly over the years.
Yeah.
And like I think it's tough to throw a rookie into a situation like that, especially with Gannon's defense, to be like, hey, go after the quarterback, and and I think he'll benefit from learning those guys.
Yeah.
With the AJ Brown thing, like if Jalen Hurts doesn't put up some numbers. Like
he's got no excuses now.
Yeah,
no
like
excuses.
and I was really defensive of Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni because I think it's absolutely insane that people were comparing them to like, they were comparing them to like Lamar Jackson and like the Harbaugh, and I'm like, you fucking idiots! Like Nick Sirianni's a first-year head coach. Jalen Hurts is this is his second full year as a starter. I know it's his third year in the league, but it's his second full year.
People were ready to give up on Sirianni after, like, Game 4. Like, that second half of the season was unbelievable.
I can't talk with Eagles fans sometimes because of this. They just want to rip the joy out of your fucking soul. And it's like, God forbid you actually, like, take some wins out of, like, an improvement where the Nick Sirianni play calling, there's a clear demarcation line, like, halfway through the season where first half, I think he got a little bit too. Caught up in the idea of just throwing the ball around after demolishing Atlanta like that. And then second half of the year, he was like, he looked after the bye. He was like, all right, what do we work best with? All right, Miles Sanders, let's run the ball. Let's get Jalen Hurts moving out of the pocket.
Yep.
And that to me is a great sign.
Sure, he adapted. That's what we want to see out of a new head coach.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what you want out of a head coach. Yeah. And of course, Eagles fans were like, what the fuck, dude? Cause you got to call a different play call.
we know from this coach over here, he doesn't like to adapt.
Yeah, so. No. Like, learn from Doc Rivers. Eagles, like, Philly fans will never be satisfied, and, like, that's what makes part of Philly fan base great. Yeah. But that's also what makes part of it so fucking unbearable.
Yeah.
Because I'll text this one buddy I have. I'll text him about the Eagles game, and he'll be like, what the fuck is with Gannon calling a zone on a 2nd and 15 with 33:12 left to go in the second quarter. It's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, if you think a 2nd and 15 in the second quarter is going to really determine how this game turns out, you are out of your mind. Like, it's just so unbearable sometimes. It's like, Miles Sanders didn't get a rushing touchdown last year. Shit happens. Yeah. Like, they're all figuring this out on the fly. Yeah. And with Hurts finally has a coach that he basically knows the system, and he knows how to, I should say, he'll be a more consistent offense where you won't have to relearn terminology or anything like that, right. Which is huge for a quarterback because you hear quarterbacks all the time. Well, I hear quarterbacks all the time talking about, like, you gotta learn terminology, and like I'm sure you've seen like the videos of like Gruden quarterbacks reading off fucking AP and essays for play calls. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. So I mean, what is the ideal record that we're shooting for now? Because like now I feel like the pressure's on to make playoffs.
I don't know. I don't want to like. Well, I'll go. 11.
11-6.
11-6.
I think that's
should be the baseline.
I think that's within reason. I would shoot for more 10-7.
Okay.
I think division-wise, they could easily go.
They have to win the division, please.
Oh, I think they'll win the division.
No more Cowboys. I don't know.
How about them Cowboys?
Stop. No.
Every time that Jimmy Johnson clip comes on, I'm like, when's the last time you won a Super Bowl? And now as Eagles fans, we can say that because we actually won a Super Bowl this decade. Yeah. I mean, the Joe Judge situation in New York is just looking like a disaster. Yeah. Well, got fired, of course.
Dable.
Oh, yeah, Dable's in there. Yeah. And, like, not picking up Daniel Jones' option clearly shows that they're trying to send a message that he needs to prove it.
Dude, I honestly thought they were going to try to snag Baker Mayfield on draft night.
I thought that too.
Because that came out, that thing about not signing Daniel Jones' 5th-year option, that was the night of the draft, right? Or
Yeah.
The day, yeah. So I totally thought they were going to pull the trigger on that. But
I mean, Daniel Jones just looks like the Giants somehow found a guy less athletic and mobile than Eli Manning. I didn't think it was possible, but they did. And he's been injured. Saquon Barkley has to prove it that he can A, stay healthy, and B, be the running back that we saw in his rookie year.
That's true, yeah.
And, of course, another fucking 3.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's game. 13-point deficit. I hate Miami fans so fucking much.
Dude, Max
Miami fans are the most unbearable fan base in all of America. They're so fair weather. This arena was half empty when the ball was tipped.
Yeah.
And then they'll talk the most shit and be like, "Hey, culture, Pat Riley, suck it, bro."
God.
And I fucking hate it. Because then they'll be like, "I root for the Los Angeles Rams." It's like, why? Because the Dolphins are irrelevant. Like, go fuck yourself. Go fuck off. I hate fair weather fans.
Really?
I hate terrible fan bases. Toronto, after this playoff series, totally moved up the list.
Yeah.
They're scumbags,
Yeah,
cheering for KD when he tore his Achilles, cheering when Embiid got a concussion and an orbital fracture bone. Siakam seems like a dirty player to me.
I thought Siakam and Embiid were boys. That was my thing. I was like, they're both from Cameroon. They have to I'm not saying Cameroon's a small country, but they have to know each other, right? They have to.
And I think Embiid talked about that leading up to the playoffs, where he was like, "Oh, it's cool that 2 Cameroonian guys can come into the league and have a
I don't know, maybe just they're just competitive.
Dude, playoffs change
Yeah.
everything. Magic Johnson and Isaiah Thomas. Magic Johnson just delivers a fucking forearm to the dude's face. Toronto's up there, Miami's up there. Boston, I despise. I despise Boston fans with a passion.
Agreed.
The hatred that could light 1,000 suns, biblical type shit. It's so fucking. It's because we had to deal with for decades of Tom Brady's the best of all time. Fucking guy.
Nothing beats Cowboys fans though. Nothing tops.
Oh my God. Yeah. How about them Cowboys?
Oh my God.
Really? How about them Super Bowl rings from 40 years ago almost? Get a fucking look.
When we had the blue and white game here at Penn State and they brought Micah Parsons out to the field, I didn't know whether I should cheer or boo. I was kind of in the middle.
I'll boo the absolute.
I was like, we love you, we hate your team. Go
for real. Whenever he posts something about the Cowboys, I'm
I'm so glad Jahan didn't go there, dude. I would have lost my shit if Jahan went to the Cowboys.
I think the Commanders is worse.
Really?
I think the Commanders will be worse because he'll get more targets, and you'll just see him burning dudes.
That's Scary Terry, though.
True. Well, isn't McLaurin not showing up to off-season workouts because he's trying to get a new contract?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, I think it's him. It was A.J. Brown, and then it was who's the other receiver looking for a new deal, or was looking for a new deal? It was him, A.J. Brown. SportsCenter posted something about it. A.J. Brown, whatever. But, I think he's looking for a new deal, and I don't blame him because he's been playing with fucking Taylor Heineke for the last 3 years. It's Dallas sucks. Washington, I hate all of our... Why the fuck is Dallas, Texas... in a division called the NFC East.
Exactly. Yeah.
I wouldn't mind hey, Baltimore, you want to hop into the NFC East? Maybe we should.
That'd be cool.
Should we just do a division realignment draft?
We should.
Just a division realignment episode.
Yeah.
Oh fuck you, Eric Spoelstra. I'm jealous.
The Steelers in the division would be cool too, but that's not gonna happen.
Nah, you can't, that's true because then you're breaking up the Steelers and the Ravens rivalry, which that's one of the best rivalries. What other team could you bring in? The Jets.
No, please.
That doesn't help.
Oh please, no more, no more, please, no more suffering.
I mean, I don't think the New York team should be called New York anymore. They played in fucking Jersey.
That's true. Yeah, one of them should be. I think they
play in Jersey. They both share a stadium. Yeah. MetLife Stadium is terrible from what I've heard.
Yeah,
and they should just change. The fact that they're allowed to be called New York when they play in New Jersey. Yeah. That no one was like, hey, maybe no, maybe not. That's a whole nother tangent. So it's no. Oh, God. Another Danny Green corner 3. I'm gonna be looking at these in my nightmares. And then like I don't. Eagles draft grades. Let's talk about the Eagles because they were actually the only thing giving me happiness.
we moved on a little bit. Yeah. Little transition.
Oh, AJ Brown, the contract though. A lot of people are getting concerned about. It's 4 years, $100 million.
Yeah.
57 guaranteed. Kind of front loaded, which is good. I don't hate it, and I like it, and I like it because I don't hate it, and I think he will benefit a lot from having Devontae Smith take the top off the defense.
Yeah,
and he'll definitely get more opportunities to churn out what's it called, rack or whatever.
I think
or yak.
This may not make sense, but I think I like it just for the fact that it gives Reagor and Arcega-Whiteside less money now. They can just take a hike, man. I don't care.
JJ Arcega-Whiteside should be arrested for grand theft.
Moving to tight end.
This man steals roster spots like a character in GTA 5. I don't understand what the Eagles see in him.
He's 6'3", or isn't he?
He's got great size. Decent speed, but this motherfucker can't catch a ball to save his life.
Yeah.
I don't understand how he's still on the team. Reagor I can understand. JJ Arcega-Whiteside, he's the Kirk Cousins of wide receivers. He just keeps stealing from a team.
Yeah.
This should not be happening.
Hopefully our guy, Grant Calcaterra, can do a little better at tight end than JJ Arcega-Whiteside.
Tyree Jackson takes... If Tyree Jackson take JJ Arcega-Whiteside's spot, I would be completely happy with that. I would be completely content. I'd be like, you know what? That's worth a shot. Better than this fucking
XFL for you.
Honestly, draft some dude out of the XFL. I don't care. Bring back Matt Collins. Do whatever you got to do.
There you go.
I do not want to see number 19 step onto the field ever again. I'm done. I'm over it. I hate it so much. Yeah. Every time I see JJ Arcega-Whiteside makes opening week roster, I'm like, why?
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 Why are you in the NFL?
Why? But yeah, that's all right. That's how we feel about the Eagles and Sixers. Hopefully the Sixers can save our hearts or do something for the love of God.
Yes. They have 6 minutes to do that. So.
Well, they have to. Hopefully, we just didn't record for half an hour for nothing. So,
we'll get back to you.
Yeah, we'll get back to you if we do change, if this does change. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, please, because that helps us out a lot, and we will catch you in the next episode. Oh, no, he did the finger. Oh, he's doing the finger guns. Oh, God.